This Steven says, I was already used to it since I worked in Kenya. So it was like, it's okay. The 401k and life insurance is what I had to learn. So mine, because I came for school and I came in and learned following day I was in school. So I remember at the time I was doing accounting classes. So my major was finance, but they made us take accounting classes, which I'm grateful for. One of the classes was taxes. And
good.
So I learned it in class before I ever worked for anybody. So my experience with taxes wasn't when I was getting paid. I was already aware that I'll be taxed from the form I'd learned in school.
Yeah.
My first experience with taxes was when I filed my first taxes and how that went. You know, that was my first experience with taxes. So I think because I went to school and we had this tax class, I got to learn about, people get W-2s, 1099s, all of that.
Okay.
And so that was my entry point.
Okay.
It wasn't a job per se. I kind of was aware of it by the time I got to working.
Okay, so interesting.
So you were cushioned from character development.
I looks like it.
You are.
It looks like
a
it.
soft landing.
A soft
landing.
Let's scare Omosh.
But unajua the soft landing in Ruth amesema, actually for me I think it's something really well, because me nilipata soft landing. I will not lie. I came with brothers here who really helped me a lot with that culture shock. From stress free mapepa hizo nini and jobs and everything, cause hii country inaweza kufanya vitu. Yeah, so that's soft learning that Ruth was talking about. It's really important.
It can make a cool kid lukewarm.
Yeah, and it's important for us to give the right opinion. But I'll let Omosh tell us his experience before we talk about the next thing.
Yes, Omosh Fire. Talk about your first experience, your first job, or when you learned about taxes for the first time in this country.
And you can address that Panam flight thing.
Yeah, there's someone who's claiming that you are the DJ on the Panam flight that was coming here.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Ambia huyo mtu wa Panama aende huko. Me, I came on Lufthansa. But anyway.
But do you say?
And that's
Omoji ulipanda Concorde.
Boss, let's just say that I'll give you, when I came, that exchange rate was what? $1 to 20 shillings.
Wow.
So
I don't even remember that.
Yes.
Wow.
That was exchange rate.
Who was the president?
Can I even remember then?
Ronald Reagan?
Jimmy Carter? Nixon? Kennedy?
Nixon, I think.
No.
Okay, you guys are making fun. Like, this is jokes.
I have to go back and check.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. You can go verify.
I'll go back
Jokes.
and I'll check the year, then I'll let you know.
Grover Cleveland?
It was
Ashley, I'm with you. Wow.
Grover Cleveland.
George Washington.
George Washington.
George Washington.
Oh, yes.
And then in terms of
let's
taxes,
keep it FDR.
What?
Yeah.
In terms of an hourly rate, I actually was getting a good hourly rate compared to what, because I think minimum wage then was something like 3 something.
Wow.
But
Okay.
I was getting above that.
Okay.
And
above
that's
minimum.
because the person who brought me in, like when somebody holds your hand.
They hooked you up.
Yes. So because they were a good worker, even me, when I came in, I was also given the same
soft landing.
Yes, the soft. So I was making almost $2 an hour more than everybody else. And then something I discovered with those places was that the pay was not equal. It was Vilona negotiate.
Okay.
So
you learned that early in the game.
Early in the game, and the key to it for getting a job then was you had to agree to work on weekends. So when you're filling out that application, hiyo ulifanya ukienda ukiingia matembezi. Ukiingia matembezi. You'll be asked, there was one question there, and I don't know if they still ask it on our applications, is, are you willing to work weekends?
That's retail. They'll ask you that.
Yeah.
Pap,
yes.
Immediately. Niliweka. Pap,
yes.
And I was schooled and told, when you're filling this thing out, make sure you say you're willing to work weekends. Because it doesn't ask nights, but it says weekends. Nikaweka weekends. immediately. In fact, I think I got that job within 6.8. Kwanza nilienda nilifungua mdomo, and I was not saying axe. I was not saying sijui hizi kizunguza nini.
Oh my goodness.
Kizunguza Zali.
Yeah, hizo.
Oh.
Yeah.
I should not be laughing.
Ndani. So, but in terms of when the paycheck came in, even though tax was taken off, I wasn't crying, because to me it was more money than I had seen in a while. I think when I left Kenya, I was making 1,000 shillings a month. So
wow,
which
Again.
by then was a lot of money.
It was a lot of money.
It was
yeah.
a lot of money.
Grover Cleveland.
But I just graduated, high school, but nilienda kasakanya job, and I was making 1,000 bob. So and then I was leaving home, bills zero. So that was just extra cash. You're not doing anything. But anyway, back to here.
Yeah.
The taxes, I didn't feel it. I mean, I saw it, and I guess I kind of sort of understood it, but I was not feeling it that of surprise.
Yeah.
However, over time, what you're expecting versus what you get. It's like it would always hit you hard, and especially those days when you ukipiga overtime.
Yeah.
That's when now you see some things going.
Haywire.
You're like, okay, but I mean,
helter skelter.
I worked overtime, so I need to be kumbe hizo sasa zile taxes za zimeingia jume umenipishwa time and a half, then now you're being taxed at a different rate on whatever you've made past 40 hours.
Yeah.
Where?